Hello again. Not too long ago, I did a video on, I think I called it Brand Spankin' New Vinyl for fall of 2011. And it just was basically showing some of the, not the used vinyl that I've picked up, but some of the newest vinyl that I picked up, brand new, splitting the cellophane kind of vinyl. And one record that I would have loved to have shown in that batch, but couldn't, because it was delayed, the order was delayed a couple times, is Kate Bush, 50 Words for Snow. And I want to reference right off the bat. I want to reference I'll just hold that up in case it makes it in the thumbnail. And a reference right off the bat. River and Shelley, the KoolRanchDressing team here in the vinyl community, did an excellent review of this album, and I'm going to put a link to that below, so you can check that out. I strongly encourage you to check that out. What I'm going to try to do here is talk about this album and not be too redundant, because I thought they had a lot of really cool things to say about this, and I don't want to repeat what they said. So there probably is a little bit of overlap, but I'm gonna try not to say what they said. So look at slightly different aspects of this. So yeah, Kate Bush, 50 Words for Snow, her first new album, her first album of new material, I should phrase it that way, since 2005 with Ariel. I really liked Ariel. I really like Ariel. I shouldn't use the past tense there. I know that with a lot of Kate Bush fans, that's not, I've heard a lot of Kate Bush fans say they don't like that one, and I don't understand it, because I think it's great. But anyway, this is her first album of new material since 2005. Kate Bush is not known for cranking out albums with any speed there. So 50 Words for Snow. Apparently, the Eskimos have 50 words for snow. And so what Kate did was she wanted to come up with a fairly I'm not going to try and pretend that I know what's in Kate Bush's head, but this is what I've read. She wanted to come up with her own 50 words for snow, and so that's what she's done on the title song to this album. Anyway, it's a double album. It's a gatefold. I'll try and open this up here without poking my eye out. So gatefold there. Comes with a booklet, lyrics and that sort of thing in there. There are 7 songs on this. 7 songs, and it clocks in at over 65 minutes. I think the shortest song is just under 7 minutes, and the longest one is over 13 and a half minutes, something like that. So, she's not in any hurry to get anywhere on this album, which I think is pretty cool. So, 50 Words for Snow. I'm going to be a little cheesy here, a little campy, and come up with 5 words for this album. So, here's the 5 words that I picked for this album. Supple, nuanced, minimalist, spacious, and contemplative. There's probably a lot of other words that describe that, but those sort of give you a feel for what this record is like. Anyway, very cool album. It actually, I'll be honest with you, it took me a little bit to warm up to it, because it is so quiet. But it actually, once you do warm up to it, it's very, very rewarding. Contributors to the album include Elton John. She does a duet with Elton John on here. It isn't my favorite song on the album, so I don't know how other people feel about that. I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite song on the album. She also does a duet, the title song, she does a duet with Stephen Fry, the British actor and comedian Stephen Fry, where basically he's reciting the 50 words for snow, and there is one in Klingon as well. Drummer Steve Gadd doing some amazing stuff on here. Steve Gadd's work on this album is fantastic. Danny Thompson on bass, Andy Fairweather Lowe to name a few people that she's... Del Palmer is on here. She's worked with Del Palmer for a long time. Anyway, it's a really great album. Comes with a CD, so not just a digital download card, but it actually comes with a CD, an official CD, so you can be pretty sure that the files are pretty high quality there. In the Cool Ranch Dressing review of this album, one of the things he said that, and I hadn't heard it by the time I saw his review of this album, I hadn't heard it. It actually had just arrived. The day that I saw that video, it had just arrived in the mail, and I hadn't pulled this out and listened to it yet. But in that, River mentioned that this bears similarities to latter period Talk Talk and Mark Hollis's solo record, Mark Hollis being the singer from Talk Talk. And those are records that I absolutely adore. Talk Talk, Spirit of Eden, Laughing Stock, and Mark Hollis's self-titled solo album are just they're desert island discs as far as I'm concerned. And he mentioned, that this was kind of a cousin to those in terms of the way it felt and the way it sounded. And I definitely agree with that. I would venture to say that some other close cousins to the overall sound of this would be maybe Brian Eno, David Sylvian, maybe some of Scott Walker's work, that sort of thing. I'm only saying that because she makes very, very efficient use of quiet and negative space. This is not the kind of album that you would listen to in the car, driving down the road, the windows down, or anything like that. This is not the kind of album that really comes across very well over computer speakers. This is the kind of album that you want to listen to on a good stereo system. You want to listen to with headphones. You want to listen to this in as positive a listening environment as you can possibly create for yourself. I'm even thinking, candles and dimmed lights, that sort of thing. I don't want to get too cheesy with that, but yeah, it's a really great album. But it's for some deep listening. It's not a surfacey kind of thing at all. There's something about it still that feels organic and live. Almost in the sense of, when you listen to some of these songs, I mentioned how long some of the songs are. You listen to some of these songs and they kind of grow. They sort of start off as if there's a seed there and sprouts into something and eventually grows into something. By the time you're done, the song has filled the room. And it's a pretty cool experience. Again, not something that you want to listen to in a surfacey way. I suppose because it is so quiet, you could have it on in the background and it wouldn't annoy people at a party or anything like that. But this is not that kind of record. This is the kind of record you want to sit down, you want to pour over the lyrics, pour over the nice big lyric booklet that comes with it. Go through all the... I just happened to open up to the 50 words for snow. So there's a list of the 50 words for snow. Anyway, definitely a deep listening kind of record, not something surfacey. And I apologize if I've sounded a little redundant with that, but it's definitely the vibe I've picked up from this. Strongly recommended, but maybe not if your idea of good music is volume and heavy beats and that sort of thing. This is not that kind of record. I've played it numerous times already, and each time I play it, I hear a little bit more. I hear a few different things. I hear some stuff that maybe I didn't pick up the first time. It's very nuanced, I think, which is one of my 5 words that I had at the beginning of this thing. But subtly nuanced. So, anyway, highly recommended. Kate Bush, 50 Words for Snow, new album. Do yourself a favor if you like music that's generally quiet and intricate. This is for you. Thanks, folks. Catch you around on YouTube.